Mike in New Jersey. Mike.
Yes. Yeah, I wanted to ask if Ronnie saw the Joker or not, and I know he doesn't like Marvel Comic Universe, but it's not a Marvel comic movie. It's really about urban blight and loneliness and madness, and it's just a great film. It looks beautiful. I think it's right up his alley. Ronnie, did you see the film, The Joker?
I did see the film on Friday. Did you see it, Chris?
I did not see it over the weekend.
Vito?
Did not.
Nobody saw it. I have to say this, Mike. I saw it. I went there with the highest intentions to enjoy it, and I'm the biggest fan of Phoenix's, and I wasn't a fan of the movie.
Really?
Yeah, I thought it was a little paint by the numbers. I thought the director bit off more than he could chew. Well, you don't want to give a... You just heard that all these people haven't seen it.
God.
And by the way, the city isn't on fire. But, so that's... you just got rid of...
Bye.
Yeah.
I can't trust you now.
I can only see this fire scene.
Why'd you even bring it up again?
Because Gail, I felt bad because she didn't even go to see the movie because I said I didn't like it.
Yeah, I know. I know that normally you do that, but I'm at the point now with having a baby. It's very rare that we get out to go to the movies, so I'm like, it's really like I don't want to risk it on something I wouldn't like.
I will go. I'll babysit the baby every week if you want to see a movie a week. 52 movies in 1 year.
Nice.
How's that sound? 52.
This is great.
Or if you just want to watch television.
I mean, Vito and Leslie only see a movie once a month together, so this would be big.
Yeah.
We were going to see it, but she was really nervous about the shooting, so we had tickets and we didn't go.
Can I tell you something? And this is the truth. The only thing that I enjoyed was looking at the door the entire time.
Really?
Yeah. I was like, oh my God, this could happen. But I have to say this. I went to I saw our movie buddies over the weekend. Andy Fiore called it a masterpiece. And
Right.
I'm like, oh,
You don't think so?
Here's the thing. They're like, oh, this is a nod to the 70s movies of Marty Scorsese. If you're going to do that, you got to build upon them, not be a fucking shitty, like I said, paint by numbers version. I did not believe for a moment anything I was looking at.
I was wondering if it was going to pay homage or if it was just going to be like a pale imitation of.
One good thing. We know we have so many of our friends are in this movie.
You've
seen Gary Goldman.
Yeah.
There's more than that. There's another 4 or 5 people that have done the show.
That's
that
cool.
have, these things. But, I mean, I felt like they didn't even show that well. I was surprised that they decided to set it back then. I think it would have been smarter to set it now, and show how difficult it is to live in these times. We've already seen what it was like to live it. And I don't even know what they were trying to say about mental illness. Almost, you're mentally ill, you weirdo. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then it probably also from the trailer I got the sense it's also about like media and mental illness together, right?
Somewhat, but it would have made more sense to do that storyline now than when they did it.
Which is people have a much different relationship with media and
absolutely 100%
social media.
Yeah, 100%. Anyone could look like a douchebag today. That wasn't necessarily true back then.
Yeah. But I'm curious, how was his performance? Because Joaquin is great.
Yes, he's great. He lost a lot of weight and his body looked scary and weird, and there was no reason, in my opinion, to do that. Did you see I Wasn't Here, whatever that was called, the one that he did?
Yeah, I saw it.
I thought he was better than that. I thought he was used better than I thought he was used better than The Master. He's fucking great. That's not surprising to me. But did he have anywhere to go with that?
Right. But he's like one of those performers that no matter what they're in, they're just electric, and so you kind of can't.
Except if he doesn't have anything to do.
Right.
If he doesn't have any place to take that character. Yeah. I thought this movie was over Todd Phillips' head. That's what I think.
So if you're just looking at the performances, you're putting him below the Heath Ledger.
I wasn't even doing that, but yes, Heath Ledger will be still the definitive Joker. There's no doubt in my mind.
Because I was wondering just if this was going to dethrone
in
people's eyes.
Matter of fact, I don't even know if he did more than Cesar Romero. He didn't really have what we think of as the Joker. He didn't really have a lot of time of that. He wasn't really the Joker the way we think of the Joker.
Right. Tom in Iowa.
Hi, kids.
Hey.
Hi, Tom.
I got a question. Here's what happened. I went and saw Joker last night. Really looking forward to it. I know it was kind of the Phillips bit, so it's going to be out of the box. But there's some creep in the theater, in a full theater, applauding during some of the really not appropriate times. And at the end of the movie, he really let loose with some applause, and his row emptied out pretty quick.
Well, see, that's the thing. Yeah, that's the thing today that we're watching. When we go to see movies, people are there to perform at the movie. That's why they had to tell people, don't dress as the Joker.
You're not in this movie.
This isn't fucking Rocky Horror.
Yeah.
Look, the movie business, the way we used to think about it. Scorsese just said this over the movie. He's like, I don't consider the Marvel movies to be cinema. They're something else. They're a fucking theme park.
Right.
And now, with his new movie, The Irishman, he has to go and buy a theater, for a month on Broadway to show it in New York because we don't have a big theater anymore.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to show it at the shit that fucking Vito loves to go to, the AMC 25.
Right. I mean, it's cool that he did it. It's so sad that he had to do it.
Hey, he's got that Netflix money if they want him to come back around. I mean, they gave him $180 million or whatever to make this. They're not out to make a profit in the normal way that you make movies.
But with what Tom was just saying, I had that relationship at the last Tarantino movie where I was sitting there and there's a moment of extreme violence that happens, and the guy next to me was laughing and applauding at the same time so excitedly that he was bashing his seat back and forth.
Because he's a video game. He doesn't know how to act in public.
Right. And I'm definitely not sitting on a high horse and going, oh, how could you look at violence? I mean, I obviously went to a movie that I knew would have violence, a director who I like, who always makes violent movies, but it was like his reaction to it was so creepy to me.
Right, but that's because he's like, I'm a Tarantino fan. I want everyone to know it.
Yeah.
Just like this other guy's like, I like the Joker.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go crazy when he does Joker. Why don't you fucking just enjoy a movie?
Yeah. It's weird. It's weird. There's like a real disconnect from violence. But whatever. I mean, I guess.
I don't even think it's violence. I think people come thinking that they're part of this. You know what I mean? It's like they want to go and basically headbang because they like film so much. You know what I mean? Like, their thing is, I'm part of this. I get it. And like, you don't need to.
I guess it's the same idea of when, like, in the new Star Wars movie, I don't know, if, like, C-3PO shows up and everyone's like, I know that dude.
That's a reference.
Well, this is always what happened. Like, you make Jaws, and Jaws was like the scariest thing. But then on Jaws 2, people clap when they see Jaws. Terminator 2, they clap when they see the Terminator. They had to turn the Terminator into a good guy because they were going to do it. You know what I mean? The people,
they couldn't.
Silence of the Lambs. They started to clap for that fucking guy when he was killing people. Where the first time you saw it, you're like, holy shit.
It's terrifying.
Right, but you're now like, I like the bad guy. I like fucking Darth Vader. This is great.
That's weird. I guess that has to just do with your relationship of like, okay, this is something I know. I know what I'm going to get with this character. And you fear the unknown. At first, that person is scary to you.
Halloween. It's fucking Halloween where now we want to dress up like the scary things to join in with the scary things. And this is the weird thing that we do in life now. We're adult children.